It is the Riot on RadioU. Hi. How you guys doing?
Hopefully
Good?
Everybody had a wonderful weekend or wonderful yesterday, depending on when you were listening to this podcast.
A wonderful, what do you call it?
A wonderful day.
So today in the podcast, we talk, man, there's actually a lot here. We talk, man, my future in cigar auctions, huge.
Health-wise, I'm still worried about starting that up. So you guys listen and you decide if you think that's something money-wise would be a good option.
Yeah, we talk Delta shaming, rallies, not the restaurant, Obadiah and the movie he didn't buy, but so many of you asked about, Kate Winslet, PlayStation 5 and Xbox shoes, Twitter tip jars, cocaine in the popcorn.
Cocaine under the popcorn.
Secret to happiness, top selling Switch games.
Yeah, that one's fun to learn about. The top 5 Switch games, top selling of them, and what you think those might be.
So that might keep you busy for a while.
Listen to the whole podcast today, okay? Listen, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And say hey at RadioU Riot on Facebook. You can message there or text 877 to RadioU and let us know you're a podcast listener.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, get you yawn. You guys may not know this, but I yawn every day, usually before the podcast.
And now you saved it to the end.
But sometimes it sneaks out later. So, hey,
but it's
seriously.
always there.
Enjoy the day. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
You thought they were bad live? Well, just wait until you hear this. The Worst of the Riot Podcast with Obadiah and Nikki.
So this weekend, I booked some. This is so stupid. Why would I even do it? I booked summer airfare because I am going to try to visit family again. This will be the, I believe, 300th time since the pandemic that I've made some sort of a travel arrangement.
And had it changed in your honor?
Well, it hasn't yet. So we'll see if it actually happens. But so what I had to do was I had airfare like credits left over in order to book that airfare
from your changed travel last year with COVID.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it was still like, if you want to use that, you have to reach out and do this and do that. So I go online to do it. It's like, no, you don't have any credits. I'm like, yeah, I do. They're like, you should call. And I was like, okay. And 3.5 hours later, I was still on the phone.
Oh, it's the long wait time. Yeah.
Here's what kills me, though. So I just decided to do that thing where I was like, so 90 minutes in, I tweet 90 minutes on hold with Delta. Still haven't talked to anybody. Tag Delta in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, nothing. Like I quit. It's not like I was looking at Twitter. They had gotten back to me on Twitter almost immediately.
Why can't they do that on the phone?
So when I found that, I go in, we slide into my DMs, and they have me taken care of in about 10 minutes.
Well, what's the problem, though, if someone doesn't use Twitter?
That's the part. That's the thing that really irritates me is you guys clearly had the capacity.
Oh, yeah.
To take care of this.
They got people in that department. Why can't those people be the ones answering phones?
So a little bit of public shaming on Twitter and everything's taken care of. No problem.
Oh, I feel bad, though. Like, you couldn't have just talking to support online with it. You had to call in.
Yep. So they ended up, and that's the other thing that gets me is that I spent all that time with them, like DMing on Twitter. They called me. I was talking to the person that I've been trading DMs with on Twitter.
Wow. And they could do something about it?
Right.
Wow.
Right. Everything you're saying.
Right there.
And the only way that I could get that level of support was by publicly shaming them with my Twitter account.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Like, just... You know what? Let's not do that. Why don't you just, I'll call, you answer, we'll take care of the thing.
Let's do it the old-fashioned way.
Nope. First, I had to go on Twitter and tell people. Then I started wondering, like, okay, how many followers do you think you have to have before they care about your tweet?
I don't think it's based on that. I think maybe the people that were used to be answering phones or something, they just redirected those to those who need help through social media like Facebook and stuff.
I guess.
So I think they just work over on that department and they're just faster.
So just a heads up, if you can't get help to save your life.
Yeah, go to Twitter.
Just a little public shaming on Twitter about how mad you are at somebody. Make sure you tag the right company, and that might be the way to make something happen. I wanted to be nice.
Well, you were nice about it, but I mean, they weren't doing their side.
Come on.
You can still be very nice, but no one wants to answer on the other end.
Just answer the phone.
Please, I don't even mind waiting maybe 30, 40 minutes. We could do that, but the 3-hour thing is too much.
Like, come on.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Your Mother's Day present is something like it hasn't showed up yet. You know, the shipping problems we may have been discussing earlier. But the good news is, Mom, your half-smoked cigar is on the way.
Oh, no.
It should be here anytime.
You know, if you got that for your mom, I don't know if that was the right direction for the gift, unless that was something she asked for.
Wow.
What's the half-smoked cigar thing about?
You know, Nikki, Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of Great Britain during the Second Great War, was known for his cigar smoking. He was apparently a very heavy drinker and cigar smoker.
I just assume everyone back then around that time was.
They're just like, good morning, have some whiskey. Or
here's your cigar, get started smoking on it.
Whatever you drink when you're British, I don't know what it is.
Do you think maybe they thought that was medicinal?
Maybe.
Like you had to have your daily cigar.
Nothing could live in there. Here, drink it.
It got rid of all the stuff.
Yeah, put the smoke in your lungs. It'll bake out the bacteria.
They just didn't know.
Yeah, it's hard to know. So, again, he was well known for his cigaring, right? So, Arthur Church, who was a policeman who was guarding Sir Winston, he smoked half the cigar. He threw it out. Guy picked it up. And now that cigar is up for auction. They're saying probably around $2,000.
I bet you there's probably a lot of alleged cigars from him.
You think so?
If he smoked so much.
You know, like I just look at that and think, bro, like.
Why'd you take it?
Look at how wealthy you are that you're wasting that much of a cigar.
I don't know. 2,000 is a lot. And wouldn't it be appreciated? But in the world of like auctions and stuff, it's not as impressive.
I don't disagree with you. And yet, Nikki, if you think
I would be happy to be like, here's $2,000.
Okay. Because like I don't really smoke cigars, but I'll tell you right now, if you think that we could get $200
get started
out of a cigar that I've smoked, I will be in the parking lot.
It's like, why did he pick it up?
Like what? So you figure we'll buy cigars that are about $10 a piece, and then whatever the cost of shipping is, we're making again. I'm not Winston Churchill, so $2,000 is too much, but $200 it may be.
Starting with that.
If we're making $180 a cigar afterwards, I mean, come on.
Well, I think we have to think about your health.
Well, okay, but here's the other thing I was thinking is maybe we just take a picture of me smoking a cigar.
And then you just let it burn. But you're not actually smoking it.
Exactly.
Well, that's a good idea.
You just keep that thing lit till we're about halfway down. Done.
And then send it on out.
They don't have to know.
Well,
and technically, I kind of smoked it. I lit it.
You did.
So
I don't know. Let's not say yes right now.
But that's not a hard no.
It's not a hard no. That's actually a real honest we'll see. That's right there in the middle. That's a maybe.
I don't know. At $180 a cigar, I'm feeling pretty good about these plans. But
he's just like, why is Opie outside all the time? Just
no
ignore
reason.
him. And why does he always smell like smoke?
Why does he smell like death?
Well, it's worse than, I don't know. Do I think cigarette smoke smell is worse or cigar smoke is worse?
They're each unique.
And
then you get a pipe smell where you're like, oh, you smell distinguished.
Something about that's different.
Why
still
is
bad
that?
for you, but still different smell.
Well, whatever.
This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
And what? Okay. I'm not going to a rally for anything. Like, nope. I'm not. And my thought is like, aren't we outside of rally time? Like,
well, there's still people that do things. So there's still those that go on.
For what? Like, look at this. They had some sort of a rally on, like in Florida for, I don't know, somebody.
Are you talking like a rally or talking a march, or are you talking it's all the same?
It's a rally. Like they're all in a hotel ballroom. Rally.
Oh, that sort of thing. Okay.
Then they ended up outside for a while. Rally. And it was all about something. And we want something and we'll elect you if you can, wait another year before another election. We'll totally vote for you probably. What? Like, no, Nikki, there isn't anybody out there right now
that you would rally for.
No, I'll tell you what. Honestly, here's how far I'm willing to go with my politics. I'll vote for you. Maybe. I'll read what you have to say. I'm not coming somewhere. I'm not holding a sign. I'm not putting a bumper sticker on. I'm not putting a sign in my yard. I'm not getting a flag with your name on it. I'm not. Just no.
There's his rules right there.
No. And I mean, like the other things, like I'm not wearing the shirt. I'm not going to get a button. I'm not going to.
Why you sound like Dr. Seuss with this? Feel like that.
Because that's where we are. And I mean, again, at least when you're running for president, like there's something there. But like, hey.
Oh, the more local stuff?
We're having a rally for city council. Look, I'm voting. That's all you get.
Well, maybe you're allowed to have a rally in certain states, and it doesn't, like, you don't have to have certain COVID things.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe oh, we're having a rally when, you're not really.
I just don't. Okay, again, no, I'm not talking about a protest or a march. That could be a whole different thing because you're passionate about an issue.
So you mean a rally where you're gathered together
to support a person running for office.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can't. Again, you know what? If you're marching for a reason, that again makes sense to me. But like the idea of like, hey, vote for me for blank. Yeah, whatever.
Okay, well, if you took the politics side, but if they had a rally instead of a march or a walk or something, then, they're not even walking around. Maybe it's better inside a rally, like inside an area.
Oh, like you think maybe these photos from this rally over the weekend, it was really hot outside. This was air conditioned, so they just came in.
I would think you'd be more up for that. Like, oh, we're not going out to do anything with it. We're just staying inside. Like, it's safer.
So it's stadium seating with recliners?
Yes.
I guess I'll come to your rally.
Maybe that's how you actually get people involved.
Is there a concession stand before I get to my seat? All right.
You're just shutting this down, but I think we're only judging it by pictures. We don't know.
Would it bother you terribly if I put my earbuds in and just leaned back? I'm still at the rally.
See, you're still supporting, but it's a new way of supporting.
I mean, it's almost as good as being at home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
It is, it's almost time to graduate. Who wants to graduate? Anybody? Next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month? What? Graduation is coming. And you know what that means? Anytime that Krispy Kreme can give away some donuts, they are doing it.
I really want to know each store, what's their to give away versus sales ratio? Because I feel like they're always giving away free donuts, but I bet you it's not everybody going there just for that.
I'm sure that's true.
But it always seems like it.
You know what? I don't know how any bakery or donut shop or anything, I don't know how anybody stays open. Because I'm like, are there enough people in the world buying donuts every day that you can sell them donuts?
Sure.
And then you have money.
Well, they also sell other stuff, but I think
coffee.
I think donuts are the big thing, and they must sell enough of them.
Well, here's the deal. If you're graduating this year, listen closely. Graduating from high school, graduating from college. You have to show up dressed in 2021 apparel.
Oh, so you can't just go in your cap and gown from whatever years ago.
You know what? I suppose if your cap said, if you had your tassel and it said 2021.
But if you didn't have a tassel, if you're trying to bring back your old stuff, then they might not accept it.
You're probably screwed.
But you could probably just buy a tassel somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's doable.
Putting money into the scheme of trying to get all the free donuts.
Essentially, you have to have something.
Sure.
And they're saying, you get the T-shirt with your graduate, whatever, show up, and it's this Thursday. And there's only one day that they're doing this.
And it's participating Krispy Kreme, which I think just means their actual locations, not like if it's a store that just sells their stuff.
Right. So you can't go to the grocery store and you're like, I'm taking these with me.
So what do you get? Do you get a free dozen original glazed donuts?
Hey, man, a free dozen donuts? It's not nothing.
Yeah, but look at the picture. The picture.
I know.
That gives you hope because it's not a dozen donuts like the glazed ones that they're showing you. They're showing you other ones.
They're showing you a variety pack.
Yeah, I want those.
Yeah. So May 13th, if you're a graduating senior this year, high school or college, and you have something that denotes this year, you get a free dozen donuts.
And you should do a little online searching to see who else is offering some goodies. Yeah. If you're wearing your outfit already that day, you might as well go out and try to get more.
Oh, remember when Chipotle used to give away free stuff? Oh, remember when Chipotle used to give you as much as you paid for when it came to the burrito?
Oh, I don't think they ever did graduation stuff, though. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
People win awards for being the best at things. Are there awards for the worst? Because we have a contender. Worst of the Riot Podcast.
I want to say hi to Jake. He just texted us. You can do the same at that number. He says, I had a dream last night. I met Obi. Not creepy.
Just in a normal way?
But he was just sitting on a fence and gave me some encouraging words as I walked by.
Well, Jake, I guess that works.
Not too much different than what you do every day already. Thank you for being an encouraging word in my ears in the morning. You help more than you know. Well, Jake.
And encouraging when you're sitting on the fence.
Yes. Hi to Jeff. He wants to know if we talked about the House of Heroes news. Man, House of Heroes is almost only a throwback artist at this point, right?
Yeah, they're an older band on RadioU that we've played more back in the day, but still around every so often with the show.
So they're doing what will be an 11th anniversary show for Suburba, which was one of their albums, and it would have been a 10th anniversary show, but due to COVID, they had to cancel it last December.
Are they still calling it a 10th anniversary show?
They are.
Okay, but even though it's 11th?
Yes, they're still calling it the 10th anniversary show, and that's happening coming up this December. It's in Columbus, Ohio. So I think that sounds wonderful. I don't know if you guys know this, but they are the best band we've ever played. And there have been other bands from Columbus, Ohio that have gone on to great fan and acclaim, but none of them has been as good as House of Heroes.
Aw, you're always your favorite.
Always my favorite because they're the best.
Well, thanks for texting Jeff. We appreciate it too.
One more from Maria. She says, the Riot podcast has turned me into quite the hypochondriac. Every time I feel the least bit off, I think, did I eat worm eggs?
You're always wondering?
Was there a Band-Aid in my food? Was there mold in my cake pop?
Hey, you know what? We're just explaining things that people are going through, all right? We don't mean to make you always wonder.
We're helping you stay connected.
And connected to all the problems.
Trying to help you look out for yourself a little bit.
We're sorry, Maria, that we're made you concerned every time you eat something.
Yes.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
It happened. It happened on Facebook. It happened on Twitter. Got a message on Instagram. Saw, I don't know how many people at the store, at this, at that. And you know what they all asked me about?
Well, they ask.
They wanted to know if I picked up my copy of Speed in 4K.
On Friday?
What
That's
on this
what stuck
earth?
with you guys?
What on this earth? And I'm not kidding either. I'm talking like I just kept hearing from people
Listen,
hey, did you watch Speed yet?
You don't know what strikes a chord with people, and that apparently was something that really affected people when you talked about it.
So the part I don't understand is, do people really like that movie?
I just think they're curious.
They just want to know if I actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. I wanted to. I thought about it. Truth matters. This weekend,
you guys would probably not want him to do it.
Yeah. I felt like the overwhelming consensus was don't. Just don't, okay?
So on Friday, Obi was talking about Speed. This old Keanu Reeves movie was coming out on 4K, and he was curious about it. It was like a new 4K release last week, so there was a lot of talk. I still feel is generous wording there. Might not be saying, but some people were talking about it, and you were thinking about maybe getting it.
Yeah, I'm still interested in getting it. Like I would like to watch it. I'd like to see it, but I was just amazed at the response from you, our friends, who really checked in and wanted to know, like, hey, guy. Hey there.
Hey, you.
Did you get the Speed?
You're not supposed to, guys. You're supposed to hold them more accountable for it.
No, I know. The thing is that when everybody did that, I thought, see what you should have done? Should have got it. People care. And then you really could say it's for the show.
Mm-hmm. And then going back to the taxes being done, you could have written that off.
Exactly. And they're like, you know what? You can't prove this is for the show. I can.
Yes, I can. Actually, I have audio if you'd like.
Let me show you the following things that prove that this is a work-related project.
Oh, my gosh. But then it'd be like, why'd you buy so many cereals and like all these desserts and food fight items and then 4K movie sets?
Like, well, listen, let me tell you about the job.
Have you heard our show before?
Here, subscribe to this podcast. You'll see that these are all legitimate business expenses.
Well, I mean, maybe look back into it. You said it was $20 for speed, 4K, $25.
Yeah.
How fast does it get to us?
Well, it has to go faster than 55 miles an hour.
I know, that should be some promotion with it. And if it slows down, your box blows up and your movie's gone.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for caring. Thank you for saying hi to me in public. And next time, I'll try to make sure I buy the movie, okay?
Disappointed a lot of people. You could have done better, Obi.
What a disappointing interaction that was. Like, there's Obadiah. Watch this. Hey, did you buy Speed yet? No. Aw, man.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
One of the most important things you can do as a person is identify. You know, what do you identify with? What is your identity? And I think the console that we choose, our video game console, it says a lot about who we are.
Sure.
It really does. I mean, when you think about PlayStation, that's very blue. You know, Xbox is very green.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the PlayStation 5, it's white and blue. The Xbox, black with green lights. You know, what does that say about you as a person? One of the problems with owning a video game console is, Nikki, people don't know
what it says about you.
No, they don't know you have it.
Oh, sure.
So, I mean, here you are, you're tying your identity up in this brand, in this purchase that you've made, and yet you're out there, and unless you carry the box around or you carry the console around, people don't know you're a PlayStation person.
Yes.
And screw those Xbox guys.
You know, some people are wearing like their vaccine cards and stuff to show like which one they got. You almost need a console card to show which one you or how many you have.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are, God bless the people at Nike and Adidas, right?
Well, they care.
I mean, doing the Lord's work out there, helping to communicate who people are in this very confusing, difficult time. So they have officially announced PlayStation sneakers. So that's a thing. And they're going to be out May 14th. And just like a PlayStation 5, I imagine you'll never actually be able to get them.
And you shouldn't wear them if you do.
Yeah, I mean, you just put them under a display case at home kind of a thing. But there is a rumor floating that Adidas is about to announce their like counter offer in the form of Xbox shoes that you will be able to get. Now, to be clear, we don't know
if that's for sure.
Official. So
the PlayStation ones through Nike are.
Yeah, those are like, that's the real deal.
Not the Xbox ones.
Sony and Nike got together and they were like, we love you so much. We have to do what it takes to get out there so you can show people that you own in the shoe and all of it. And again, it's not official, but there is this rumor that Adidas is going to.
So I'm looking at pictures of the PlayStation shoe from Nike. It will be on the 27th. They go for sale at 10 a.m. and they're $120.
What do you think?
The price or the look of them?
Your choice.
Not so crazy about the look of them. On the forefoot brands and heel overlay, you'll get the PlayStation symbols that you'll see on the DualSense wireless controller for the PlayStation 5. Yeah. All I know is that by reading this, the design detail stuff, there's so many trademarked things that it's like every 2 words, it's like trademark, including DualSense trademark.
They want to make sure they've included everything.
Yeah. So I guess, they call it a sleek design for the PlayStation 5 with its accents of gray and blue, which match the coveted console.
Yeah, it is hard to find. I still have friends that are out there doing their digging, but
if you want the shoes, maybe you can't get the console, but you can have the shoes.
Honestly, I'll bet the shoes are harder to get than the console is.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Every shoe I feel like is just probably always hard to. Every shoe that you're not wearing. Yeah. The ones you want. I mean, we're just not into that sneaker style, but these will probably be harder to find, but it'll start on the 27th at 10 a.m. for $120.
Good luck out there,
if you want the Nike PlayStation 5 shoes.
Something to listen to when you meant to work out but tripped into a box of donuts. This is RadioU's Worst of the Riot.
I see here that something happened, and I know it's real because they always say, like, don't say you know how someone feels. Mm-hmm. You don't know how they feel.
If you're not in their position.
But I feel like I know exactly how Kate Winslet feels. And you're like, who's Kate Winslet? Kate Winslet was Rose in Titanic.
Yeah, what else has she been in?
Nothing but indie stuff after that, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Like The Pain and Yearning.
A lot of those type of movies.
She also played a nun in Extras, but that was like 20 years ago.
Sure.
That's all I got.
Was that a TV show or was that a movie?
That was Ricky Gervais' follow-up to The Office, in which he played an extra.
Oh,
and
right.
she said things in that role that, let's just say, if she said them now, they would. I don't understand. I don't understand how she is still, a functional working actress.
Well, I mean, what did she say with this? Maybe this is better.
Well, here we go. Kate Winslet says that when she went to Wawa, the gas station,
she was amazed.
She said, "Oh, yes, I'm here. I belong. This is where it's at." She said that she was awestruck.
Really?
When she went into Wawa.
Well, she's British, right?
She is.
And so she had never experienced. Wawa's is a gas station that is regional to different parts of the country. Most places you don't live. It's where, we're nowhere near a Wawa's. It's mostly way East Coast.
Yeah.
But they're amazing. And the last time, I went to one in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It was so nice, clean.
It was a mothership kind of store.
It was wonderful. I mean, I haven't been there in a few years, but it was just so nice.
I'm glad to hear it was clean. I stopped in. There's a gas station near my home that is like the quote unquote the nicer one.
But it's not a Wawa's.
It's not. It's a Duchess. And I walked in and I was like, wow, we're starting to reach that special time when the whole store smells like a toilet.
It's when it really goes downhill, Yay. And Wawa's, have they been perfect? No. But I think because we're not near one, that it's just this thing we like to do. We like to go there.
It almost felt like a mythical place. Wawa. By the time I got there, I was like, it's real. So listen, I'm telling you, I know that Kate Winslet has been to Wawa because we've experienced that.
That same emotion.
I know that feeling. I remember the first Wawa I went into in Kissimmee, Florida. And I know it's Kissimmee, but I call it Kissimmee.
That's just what you say.
And so I walked in and it was just like,
hey, what's this?
Whoa.
They got these pretzels. They got these food things. It's just really nice.
I love it here.
But it sounds so dumb when you try to explain it to someone because they're like, what? A gas station? Why do you even care?
Gas station? What? It's stupid.
Would you listen
You're
to Kate?
Stupid.
Would you listen to Kate Winslet? I mean, would you listen to her more than us?
I mean, she's won an award for something somewhere.
But this is what we've been saying for years. And now you're just listening because she's saying it.
I'm just telling you that I understand how she feels.
Well, I wish they would branch out. It'd be nice if they went to more places.
Well, we're finally getting some Sheetz around here, but,
Sheetz is also another gas station. Kind of same thing. More than just sounds so dumb. More than just a gas station.
It is. It's a lifestyle.
I've never gotten gas there.
Really?
I've never gotten gas at a Sheetz, and I don't even think I've gotten gas at a Wallace.
Oh my
the thing is there for.
I mean, I've done both, even though,
You just go in for other things, and that's fine.
That's hilarious.
So Wawa's and Kate Winslet, she apparently loves it.
She's been there. I can tell. A sense of awe.
Right when you walk in.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
50% vaccinated over here. Because one of us has been vaccinated and one of us hasn't.
In the room, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Nikki, what if I could get you some free beer?
Oh, it's as incentive to get vaccinated?
Yep.
I thought they tried that already.
Well, I am looking at the results of it.
Yeah.
So they are saying that in Erie County, was this in Maine or Pennsylvania?
I think Erie always reminds me of Pennsylvania.
Me too. That's why all of a sudden I'm like, wait, I'm not sure. Whichever, it's a county, whichever one. They say they essentially had more people get vaccinated in a day than they've ever had. Like, it was their biggest vaccination day ever.
When they offered the free beer.
Mm-hmm. So they set up a mobile vaccination station at a local brewery. Mm-hmm. And they said that you get, It was like they call it shot and a chaser. So you get your shot.
Oh, I see. That's clever.
And then the beer is your chaser, and you get one free.
Well,
whatever. And it's it's like local stuff. So it's not
a craft beer.
Yeah, it's not Bud Light or like whatever. Like
Busch was doing something too, but
really?
I think they were. I mean, there's been a lot of incentives. You have like what was it? What was the $100 thing? It wasn't a gift card.
Oh, that was it. West Virginia was offering $100 savings bond.
Savings bond, that's it. So you have different places offering different items.
Yeah.
Like, is there anything at the Dr. Pepper factory?
Come on.
Let's see if that's an option.
Come on.
The beer won't get me, but maybe that will. Can I tour the factory? Can I drink straight from the factory?
Nikki and I have always wanted to know. The closest we really get is like a fountain soda, but they say if you get like soda that's just been made, it's supposed to be like the best.
It must be amazing.
So they say that's been hugely successful for them. The other thing that I saw that was really interesting was that in Transylvania.
The Dracula castle thing.
When people say Transylvania, to me, that's a place that's made up. No, it's real.
It's a real place.
It's real. And
though Dracula was not real, the castle that inspired it all.
Right. Is real. Mm-hmm. And if you went to Castle Dracula, which is not its real name, but if you showed up there, you got a free vaccine this weekend.
Yeah, they were doing that. It was interesting to see it in that location. They went all out with it. Like they really put an emphasis on the Dracula side of it.
Bran Castle is what it's called. And you know what? That's great.
It's a very clever idea.
That's great. What a great idea to do that. So, I mean, if you said to me, like, do you want to go down to the hospital or to the castle? I'd be like, you know what?
I'll go to the castle.
I'm going to go to the castle and get a shot.
Now, what are they going to do for your second trip, though? Because I feel like these are all incentives to get you there for your first shot. They got to incentivize the second shot.
I don't think they really do that.
Well, they're having a problem with people not coming for the second one.
Well, you know what?
So what are they supposed to do?
I don't know. But I mean, I guess I don't understand what the argument is there with some people, but like I
think some of it's not laziness, but just, they feel like that's maybe
good enough.
Yeah, like that's good enough.
I mean, for a lot of people have some adverse reaction to the second shot, but I don't know, like not to be a vaxxer and not to be an anti-vaxxer.
Right in the middle. Everybody right in the middle.
I just come
We're just
down
there
on
for free stuff.
Like if you got the first shot, you might as well get the full benefit with shot number 2. Right? I mean, you've gone that far. Might as well go all the way.
Well, just a reminder again about the Dr. Pepper factory. Let me know if that one.
Yeah, if you work there, just call.
Just something nice, just a trip there. That's in Texas, right?
Well, the original one.
Oh, I would like to go there.
Yeah, that was that. They used to have their own like separate thing, and they got acquired a while back.
Oh yeah, because I think the museum for Dr. Pepper's near the Chip and Joanna stuff. I should make a trip. I'd like to go there too.
You know what? You can keep Chip and Joanna. I want to go to Ben and Aaron's place.
You want to go there?
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Who wants a job?
No one does. No one does. There's lots of opportunities, and no one wants a job.
Well, Nikki, I got news. I got more opportunities for you.
Well, I don't know if that will match up with people. It's a really strange time. There's lots of incentives to not work and get still money, but there's a lot of positions and jobs that need filled, but no one wants to do them.
Well, you know what? You want to work at the movies? Free popcorn?
I don't know if it's enough incentive.
I like movie theater popcorn.
I know you do.
And oh my gosh, what
Imagine
if
you'd eat all the profits.
Do you think they'd let me have pretzel bites?
I bet you could have whatever you want by the end of the day, too.
So like, oh my gosh, you work last shift, and like, well, we got all these pretzel bites left.
You could just sweep the whole thing and then take it home. And you've got an air fryer. We could just air fry those things.
Warm those things right back up.
But again, I don't know if good luck for trying to find people.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Here's the deal. AMC, their CEO, Adam Aron, says that we are at, and I quote, the end of the beginning. And that in the next few weeks, they will be hiring
They're ramping back up to more bigger opportunities for people to work there.
They're saying 10,000 people.
In the next few weeks?
In the next few weeks. Now, of course, that's across all of their locations.
Yeah.
So, I mean, your local AMC is not hiring 10,000 people, but...
I was going to say, wow.
Wow.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
But, you know, like that's an option. Like if you've been looking for a job or whatever and you don't want to work in, say, the food service industry, and a lot of people don't, here's an option. You could go and work at the movies.
So the AMC Entertainment CEO said, you know, he thanked a lot of people. He thanked President Trump for Operation Warp Speed, President Biden for the vaccine rollout. He thanked Pfizer. He thanked Hollywood Studios. He thanked F9 because the upcoming Universal movie that's going to be in theaters. He thanked Disney for Black Widow because that's coming out and that will still be in theaters. They just said that they're ready to now start opening more, talking about a box office recovery, and they need people to work there.
It's crazy. So it's happening, people. Like if you want to go back, the AMC near us, oh my gosh, it wouldn't just be popcorn and pretzel bites. They have Coke Freestyle machines.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh.
I just really want to know how it goes for them. Because again, so many places are having these mass hiring things and no one shows up. No one wants to go do it.
I don't know. Like, it'll be interesting to see. But, okay, what's going to happen is, at least from what I'm reading, that currently, like, unemployment, and I'm not on it, so I don't know, but they're saying, like, you get around $630 a week, but that is a short-term amount. Like, at some point, that's going to go down to like $300 a week or something. And I imagine at that point, people will want to go back to work. But man, $600 a week, I don't even know if I make that.
I know. You just were like, wait a minute.
I don't even.
And then at that point, you're like, can I live on $300 or however less it goes down?
How does that work?
Well, I think also
Mom.
for movie theaters, I think it's also grabbing a lot of people who love the entertainment industry.
Sure.
Who wants to be a part of all that and work in a movie theater, but it's been closed down for so long. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same for everybody.
Hey, back when music was sold, I worked at a music store, like music and movies, and that was a ton of fun. Like tons of fun.
It made working, at least in a theater, it made it more enjoyable.
Yeah, so I don't know if you'll like it, but they're hiring.
So 10,000 people, AMC is saying that in the next few weeks, they are looking to fulfill those positions.
If you're interested.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know what? You do some reading, you do some talking around. Here's something that I found out is that a lot of times we think that if we start a relationship with God or we go to church, become religious. I mean, whatever language that you're using for that, like, you know, you go and you do good things, you make a little deposit in the karma bank and it's going to pay out someday. We think that nothing bad will happen to us because we've been doing good things. The reality of it is that, rain falls on the just and the unjust. Have you ever heard that story?
I have not heard that, no.
It just means that life happens to everybody.
Yeah.
And it's true. Here's what God promises, though. He says, you stick with me, you know what? I'm going to take care of you. So, like, the drought might come, but you're going to be like a tree that lives by the river. Yeah. Everybody else out there is drying up, but your roots are down there in the river, and you're doing okay. Like you're gonna still be doing your thing. Does it mean there's no drought? No, doesn't mean that, but it means that you're still gonna make it. And I think that we brush that aside too easily. Something bad happens, and hey, I get it. Like, man, I've had things happen to me where I'm just like, God's a joke. Like I'm talking to the wall here. Like, what are we doing? But the reality of it is that God is real. And he'll even listen to me, be like, you don't listen at all. And he's like, I'm listening to you talk about not listening. I mean, God will stick with you and you can make it. You might be in terrible circumstances right now, but I want you to know your circumstances don't reflect how God feels about you. He actually wants to come in and help you through those circumstances. He wants to help you make it. He wants to be there for you in tough times. He wants to be the river that you're planted next to, that even though there's a drought, you are still getting what you need to get through it. Seriously, I've experienced it. I know sometimes it's just so hard, but God wants to help you, and He's helped me. And if you want for you what He's done for me, I know it's a thing, and I know you can have it. Just say, Jesus, I need that. I want you to come into my life. I want you to fill me with your Spirit. I want you to take care of me in the middle of what's going on right now. Just please help me. And it really doesn't take anything much fancier than that. Just calling out to God and asking for help, and He's going to get you through this.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Great news, Nikki. We were looking at how AMC is going to be hiring, like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to need to go back to work.
Because
Twitter is going to have a tip jar now.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how much that'll bring, but maybe that'll be enough to sustain you.
Yeah. So here's what you do. You do the tip jar. I can attach it to my Cash App, my Patreon, my PayPal, my Venmo, or my Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And people will just be able to send me money.
Yeah, I mean, that's common.
Have you seen my tweets?
That's common.
They're so good.
On other social media. I just feel like Twitter is still used, but not used as much.
I know.
So
I hear what you're saying.
I don't know how. I feel like if you really need to make some money, just don't rely only on Twitter's tip jar.
Okay. So you think I should start a Patreon?
Well, I think you need to make sure you're utilizing the tip features on other social media too.
Okay. So, I've got my OnlyFans. That's paying for most of what I'm doing.
No, he doesn't.
I take requests.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No. I really want to stress no. I can't see that enough. No.
Oh,
don't get people thinking that. No,
you know
no,
what?
no.
No, I just want you to know if I had an OnlyFans and you went to it, if I did and you did, you need therapy. You need help because
let's focus in back on the tip jar.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
tip jar. Yeah, I'll put my tip jar on Twitter and people will be like, ha, that's so funny. And oh, look, he just retweeted something. I will tip him.
So is it really just if you appreciate someone's content on Twitter, you can tip them money?
Yeah.
That's it.
Just give them a little tip. The only thing I'm not sure about is do you have to, I'm not verified on Twitter. So do you have to?
Be a verified user? That's a good question.
So sharing your PayPal link after your tweet goes viral, adding, okay, no. So I'm reading through their thing.
Most people just put your money app of choice just in your bio section. A lot of people just do that.
Man, you guys should totally send me money. And I'll
you have to see on TikTok, people put that. They ask for that. They do the other thing. But then they also put their Amazon wish lists and stuff. There's this whole thing and people send them stuff.
You know what? To me, that all feels really dangerous. And you're
slippery slope.
Yeah, it feels dangerous. Why does it feel? I would have to think for a moment before enumerating exactly why it feels so dangerous. But the idea of when somebody gives you a gift, they're connecting to you in a way. And when you give to Radio U, you feel connected. You start giving to a person, you feel connected, and then you start to feel a sense of ownership. And then you begin to think they owe you something. Oh, I don't want it. I'll just go to work. It's cool.
There you go. We'll go back to that.
I'm going to just keep going to work.
So if you are on Twitter, that's something you might start seeing, the tip jar feature.
Yeah. So,
and not in a mean way, I got a tip for you. And then they're just tweeting it to
money.
You.
Yeah.
This is actual money thing.
Yeah.
You might be thinking that this won't be quite as bad the second time around. Well, you'd be greatly mistaken. You're listening to the worst of the Riot podcast.
You know how it is. You're just man, how are these movie theaters staying open? How do they do it? I have the answer. Here it is. Let's see. What's her name? Jamie. She's 39. Mankato, Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's running the theater, running the concession stand. And,
she's got to do it all?
Well, here's the deal. Like if you, popcorn is expensive.
Yeah.
$10, $15.
It's not, wait. It's not expensive, the actual item itself, but the price that they put on it for concessions is where a movie theater legitimately makes their main source of income. So it is expensive, though the item is not.
How would you like a little something extra in your popcorn, Nikki?
What are we putting in it?
Well, let's see. Popcorn is $5, $10, $15, or $100.
What are they adding into it?
Something special at the bottom.
What is it?
It's cocaine.
Oh, it's like the sprinkling of it. Can you have cocaine that way, or is it like packaged up in a baggie?
No, it's in a baggie.
Oh, it's a bag. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
they say that happens more with fast food and restaurants and like delivery things than you realize.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are just getting it through those ways.
Yeah, and there's a legitimate cover, and you're like, what? What's in the box?
Of course, $100 for popcorn seems normal.
We should contact the manufacturer. Something is wrong here.
So was that the theater doing that? Like, not all the employees knew about it, or was there a couple of special employees who were running that kind of under the management's watchful eye?
I don't know. So here's how she got caught. They had a CI, a criminal informant, called and was like, "Hey, my dealer told me to come to the movie theater, and she's the manager there now." So
so they just kind of figured it out.
Yep, they
someone told or someone knew.
Yep, somebody ratted. Somebody did.
That's probably why the movie theater was like, yeah, let's stay open. Let's not close down.
Man, listen, you know what Lecrae said? Everybody snitch on everybody in a jam.
Someone will tell on you.
Like somebody talks, and that's what happened. She got busted.
Instead, a nice cheese coating for the popcorn. No drugs. Just what can we put on there? A Parmesan or something? Something, maybe a little chocolate drizzle. Really get some good stuff.
I see me at the movie theater next time being like, yeah, well, there better be some cocaine in the bottom of this, buddy, because at those prices, jeez.
You got to expect something else. Well, no, we don't want that to happen.
But I mean, it really does help you understand why popcorn's so expensive. There's things going on there that you don't know about.
You just never got to the bottom of the popcorn
to find
the drugs in the first place. You didn't know that was always an option.
Oh my gosh.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Not too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's The Riot on Radio U.
I'm going to introduce you to a concept that we have discussed a couple of times on the show over the years, but I feel like it needs to get back out there for you, and that is sometimes you just got to walk away.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's a good any day thing, all right? You just got to walk away from it.
Sometimes the book is terrible. It's all right.
Stop reading it.
Just stop. Okay?
The movie's terrible. Stop watching it.
This TV show, it doesn't get good until halfway through season 3.
Stop.
Just stop.
Walk away.
You don't have to watch it. And I'm going to throw this out there. Playing a video game. And it just keeps making you mad. Just stop.
Is that the one you talked about where it goes back to the beginning every time? What is it called?
Returnal. Returnal is getting returned.
And it's an eternal chance of returning.
Man, Saturday I was like, you know what? Okay. You haven't been taking it seriously.
Oh, is that what you told yourself?
You've just been goofing around. So we're going to sit down. I want you to focus. I want you to be in the moment. I want you to pay attention. I was like, all right, we're doing this. And I died faster than I ever have.
Well, you were in your head with it. You just gotta get rid of the game.
Oh, it's
gone?
It's not gone yet.
Oh, it's going to?
GameStop doesn't open till noon.
Then you're taking it back.
But
you don't want to sell it to someone and like put that on them?
I guess I probably could do better selling it than trading it with GameStop. There's probably some truth to that.
You don't care, though, if you just take it back to GameStop. You're not hurting someone else.
I have to get rid of it. And you know what I did, too? Like, I took the disc out. You know how with modern games, you put the disc in, it installs to the hard drive?
Yeah.
I deleted all the hard drive data.
Wow, you're that serious.
Because I wanted to make sure that I didn't later say to myself, now, were you really trying? Did you really try?
You already did.
You should try it again.
So Returnal is no more.
Man, that stupid game. Stupid. And it's amazing haptic feedback in the controller and beautiful graphics.
Yeah,
and
it's enticing.
Bright HDR and like all those fun things that it does so right.
Well, it has to look good.
Screw that game.
Because you gave it some tries. You tried your best at it.
I did, Nikki. But you know what? I was there in the moment when I died for the 4th time, and it was like, hey, remember?
Stop playing it.
Do you remember what we talked about and learned all those years ago? You can stop.
Well, you have the control. Like, you are in control of it. If you don't want to, then stop. That way you don't keep getting frustrated.
Yeah. Nate says, I completely understand that feeling. Dark Souls did the same thing to me. It became a poison, so I've never finished it. I think about it, but I remember why I stopped. Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Right there.
Aww,
it's exactly what you have to do.
At least you're getting rid of it. Take it back and don't think about it again. Don't let it hurt you anymore.
Jake says exactly how I felt with stupid Fallout. David said that's how I feel about Apex Legends.
Every time you guys text us the games that you hate, you got to put stupid in front of it. Stupid game.
Stupid Apex Legends.
Well, sorry. It seems like you're not the only one with games, though. You might just come across one. It's not meant to be.
You know, and it's kind of like being in an abusive relationship. Like, you know what? It's not them. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm going to go back, and this time I'm going to do better. This time I'm going to fix it. And they're just like, nope, you're not. So I'm out, guys. I'm out.
Think of it as athleisure for your ears. Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh my gosh. Like, do you know right here? This is so crazy. Nikki and I have spent all this time in this room, like looking at the internet, talking to you guys, whatever. And, you know, the secret to true happiness has eluded us. And I just stumbled into it.
You found it? You finally found it?
I did.
What hole is that in?
Okay. Here's how it works. We keep following people on Instagram and different things that we aspire to be like. Mm-hmm. It's the wrong way to do it.
What should we be doing?
We should be following people where we're like, oh, gosh. At least.
That's what's going on?
Well, I had these two. I'm not going to, just to be nice, I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Uh-huh.
But I had 2 stories side by side, and one was like, gosh, that's amazing. I wish I was doing that. I wish I was off doing whatever. And I was like, wow. And then right in the tab next to it, I looked over and I was like, oh, gosh, at least it's not blah, blah. And then I thought, oh, that's it.
That'll make you feel better.
That's the answer. That's what we do. We stop looking at people that we're like, oh, because, you know, they say comparison is the thief of joy. Mm-hmm. But that's because you're comparing up.
So if you are following just nothing but fit, what seemed to be healthy, got it all together, vacationing, like just all this money, that will make you mad and not make you, like, it's not the right way. You should be looking at someone who has a mess, who just has not that stuff, and then you'll feel better.
Right. Now, the only thing I'll say is that if I change my social media strategy and I unfollow whatever and I start following people that I'm like, oh, gosh, listen, just don't get offended if I follow you, okay?
You're still following. And don't you feel, though, that eventually over time, would it lessen your drive to aspire to being something more? Or would you get used to seeing all the messy stuff?
You would be terrified that was waiting on you.
You think that's enough to keep you from
just be like, guys,
going that low?
Guys, no, we can't do this. Can't end up like that. And yes, I'm looking at a reality star right now whose name I will not mention.
That's basically it.
They're a mainstay in reality television. And as I look at this photo, I think, you know what?
Not so bad. Doing pretty good.
We're doing great over here. What a Monday.
Compared to if you were looking at someone else's social media that they have it all together and it really looks like it.
This one's like, yeah, and they're looking at jail time. Oh, gosh.
Even better. I'm sure they'll still be able to post.
Don't worry. They'll work it out.
The Riot Radio U.
So, Nikki, how's Animal Crossing? Sure you played a lot this weekend?
I played a couple of sessions, not like all weekend, but I did get back into it a bit.
Okay. All right.
Why? You're just asking?
I'm just asking. You know, it's the number 2 highest selling Nintendo Switch game.
Yeah, I can believe that. Okay. I can absolutely believe that.
All right. What do you think number 3 is?
Number 3, maybe Zelda?
Super Smash Bros.
Oh, really?
Zelda came in at number 4.
Huh, I'm surprised that is as low, but all right, Super Smash Bros.
And then at number 5, Super Mario Odyssey.
Hey.
That's a good one, guys.
That was good. I don't pick that one up at all anymore, but that was a good game.
But let's talk now. What have we not mentioned? What is the number one Switch game of all time?
Well, it has to be Mario. It just has to be.
Okay.
And, gosh, what else is there? You already did Odyssey, so it's not Zelda. It would probably be one of the kart games.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart.
Zing.
There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki.
There it is.
Thank you, Nikki.
There it is, because that's an accessible game.
It is.
It's a fun game. It's Mario, and it's got karts. It's a car game, and those do better.
Mario Kart 8 is a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Great game. Great game. The only thing about it that I will say is that it's weird to me. It's not new. Like, that is not a Switch game.
Yeah.
That was a Wii U game.
Oh, really?
And they just ported it over.
Oh, I don't think I knew that either.
That's it. I had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U and played it to death.
Well, it wasn't as fun as it was, though, on the Switch.
Well, the nice thing about it was on the Wii U, you could play 2-player with one person holding the remote screen controller and one of you playing on the TV. So that actually made for a really great way to play
it.
Yeah, it really did. But
not on the Switch. You can't play it that way.
Nobody bought it because nobody bought the Wii U.
So that was a do-over. We're like, here, just put it out. And most of us didn't even realize that it was a do-over.
They could just keep cranking out Wii U games and people would never know because they never played them.
So for Switch games, the top Switch game then is Mario Kart 8.
Uh-huh.
And then what was the second one?
Then it goes to
Animal Crossing.
Then to Super Smash Brothers, then to Zelda, then to Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that all feels right.
Yeah, I can see that. If I had to pick the best in that bunch, it's going to be Zelda. But
all the other ones are good too.
With Mario Kart, you just pick up and play.
It just depends on what mood you're in.
Yeah.
All those are just top games. Just depends on what you feel like playing.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
Sir, with a mortality rate that's more like 2% and currently looking at the number of cases in the United States,
not going
we
to.
feel that you're perfectly safe in coming to AMC theaters to enjoy up to 3 films a week.